Unleaded Toast presents an Elegy in Crimson. Before we begin, a kindness of sorts. This unholy elegy touches dark things. Violence, betrayal, power twisted until it screams, coercion, obsession, regret. The decay of love, yes, but also the predatory ecstasy of domination. The vampires you'll meet, although they're not brooding romantics, they're apex predators dressed in silk and shadow. And the mortals? Oh, they're sheep, fleeting, often forgotten, unless they amuse. They will kill you. They will seduce you. They will destroy what they love the most. Violence here is not without prejudice. Oh, and it is very rarely gentle. Some episodes will hurt. Some may unearth your own forgotten wounds. Oh, you have permission to pause, to breathe, to walk away. But if you stay knowing the void watches back. Reality twists and folds in upon itself. You find yourself in a sterile, infinite space, stripped of time, color, and meaning. It's the void. It's a non-place, featureless and cold, where ambient light seeps from nowhere and everywhere, bathing the emptiness in a flat, pallid glow, as if viewing the world through a darkened mirror. There's no texture here, no echo, no shadow. Only absence and the aching awareness of the judgment yet to come. The air hangs thick, not with scent, but with the heavy weight of the unknown. The silence is total, not peaceful, but suffocating. Then, from that oppressive nothingness, a single point of gold light ignites, flaring with theatrical bravado. The facilitator arrives. Their presence does not break the silence, it remixes it into something theatrical. A flare of silk, a gleam of lacquered nail, a crisp snap of a glove tightening with meticulous flair. Darling, they purr, their voice laced with velvet and venom. What a fabulous show you prepared for us. They're not masked nor hidden. Their face gleams with a calculated charm, aligned with too many smiles and eyes that have seen empires rise and fall for the ratings. Draped in garments that shift from ecclesiastical to avant-garde couture with each subtle gesture, the facilitator is a being of contradiction. A host, an interrogator, emissary of the final judgment, and showrunner extraordinaire. They step toward you, their index finger lightly brushing against your lips. Shh, my little pet. This won't hurt much. They give you a sly, somewhat flirtatious smile, showing a hint of bright, gleaming, sharp teeth. You try to speak, but a new torrent erupts. Agony, not of flesh, but of soul. Memories surge from their crypts, battering your mind in a torrent. Kisses turn to ashes, betrayals fossilized by centuries, pleasures that withered into cruelty. They come not as images, but as sensations, each one tearing away a part of the armor you've wrapped around your cursed heart. Then on cue, a massive leather-bound tome erupts into being. It hovers before you, suspended in the sterile air, its golden trim gleaming in the pale light. Its pages are blank and trembling with anticipation. It's the book of records. Every deed, every whispered cruelty, every act of mercy too rare shall be recorded for all to see. A quill, bone white, and humming with spectral energy floats beside it, dipping itself into unseen ink. It waits. And then the world changes again with a dramatic sweep of the facilitator's hand. Wearing a smile sharp enough to draw blood, the void recedes. The ambient light fades, and in its place rises a vast amphitheater of black stone and gold, wreathed with flickering unnatural torches. It's not carved, but it's revealed as if it was always there, buried just beneath the stillness. The audience has arrived. Thousands of faces stare down from tiers of stone. Some living, many dead, most broken. Victims, witnesses, lovers, enemies, their eyes shimmer with pain, awe, hatred, longing, and the air fills with the scent of ancient myrrh, rosewater, and the unmistakable tang of blood. Voices whisper your name in 10,000 tongues. The sound is deafening and voiceless, as if memory itself has taken a seat and was hissing. You stand at the center. Once you were an apex predator. You're now laid bare, vulnerable and exposed. The void is now a stage, and the crowd demands your story. The facilitator ascends a narrow beam of light, arms outstretched, garments swirling like ink and water, and their voice rings out, syrupy, sharp, seductive, and thunderous. Gods and old ones, angels and demons and psychopomps of all persuasions, witnesses eternal and forgotten, archivists of agony and delight. Welcome to the judgment. A pause. The air quivers, the crowd leans in as if the void was holding its breath. This evening we don't merely observe a reckoning. Oh, we revel in it. Not a trial, my darlings. No, no, no. This is a pageant of penance, a cabaret of consequences, a 1,000-year dance of desire, dread, and decay. They spin, their robe erupting into feathers, glass, fire, ever shifting. Tonight, the void becomes a stage, and at its heart our illustrious, indelible, insatiable guest, a creature of memory and murder, of tenderness turned terrible, of longing left to rot. They point a gloved finger toward you. Let the book of records open wide. Let the quill drink deep, and let the judgment begin. Darling Bakumba, my iron-hearted myth, my blade tempered in sorrow, let's turn back the page, shall we? Before the hunger, before the shadows, before you became the story whispered by the dying firelight, who were you? Tell me of Ghana of 1693, of warm soil, your father's forge, a boy with calloused palms and eyes full of embers. Not yet rage, no. Not yet revenge. Just hope. Were you loud? Were you quiet? Were you proud? Were you gentle? Did you dream of shaping the world with your hands, or merely just surviving? And when the raiders came, when the chains clinked like lies and the sun rose on betrayal, what part of you died that night? Tell me what made you a mortal servant of death and judgment. Was it the brutality of the ship? The bodies tossed like waste into the sea? Was it Jamestown? The forge turned prison? The fighting pits where survival was measured in screams and broken ribs? And tell me, who did you love? Was it a brother too slow to run? A girl with laughter like rain on tin? A friend who whispered freedom like a secret spell? Or was it Sylvia, the woman in the mansion of rot and books, who looked at you not as property but as a possibility? Who were you, Bakumba, before the dark kissed your throat and made you eternal? Say it now, my beautiful ruin. Speak into the void and let let the dead listen with envy. Tell me about you.
You woken me out my sleep for this?
Oh, yes.
For my story to be told. You want to know of my love, my loss, and you don't even have a glass of blood for me. You are a poor host.
Well, we did gather all of your friends, as you can see. Every single last person you have ever had contact with. Oh, we brought them here to see you.
Then we shall not disappoint them. Yes, I am Bakumba. I was raised in Ghana, in a small town outside the capital city of Accra. Yes, my father was a metal worker, what the colonists call a smith. He worked in metal. He could shape anything with his hands. I seen him forge spearheads, swords. Many around the town came to him for his great craft, and I was his star pupil, his apprentice. Until that night, I was 16. And the British came. Raiders at night like cowards. They caught us in our sleep while we slumbered, killing those who wouldn't obey them right away, slaughtering children. They killed my father right in front of me as he stood with his own weapon, ready to defend his family. I hear his screams as the shots ran out. The screams, the burning villages, that touch, the acrid smoke of death. And then I was shackled. 16, shackled, thrown into a rolling cage. A cage of misery. And they took us to Accra. My village and other villages, those who could not escape, those who were deemed worthy to be enslaved. Yes, that's the beginning of my tale. Before I was turned, the ship ride. Oh, I've never been on a ship. I've seen the tall ship stand, its sails, the Union Jack, waving, beckoning us to death. They shoved us all in the bottom, like cattle, worse than cattle. They treated the horses better. And they're relayed, head to foot, different villages, different tongues. And then in the morning, the ship set sail. Once we got sight of the port, the waves, oh, many of us were sick. The smell of vomit, the cries, the smells. Many died, and I thought they were the lucky ones. But oh God, the God of the forge, my patron, he looked after me. He gave me strength. He whispered, and I whispered back, that you shall not die on this crossing. You shall live. You shall be strong in this new world. You will find your own path. They will try to break you, but Ogun will keep you. We were on that ship for I don't know how long. Storms raged. The waves battered the ship. You could hear the crew. We couldn't understand what they were saying, but they sound panicked. A few more of us died, and they just threw us overboard. Weeks. Then we arrived in a town called Jamestown. We were splashed with water. stood up. It's the first time seeing the sun in weeks. My eyes burned. I saw their faces. Hatred in their eyes. Hatreds that I soon would take on in many forms. That's my story. I was sold to a tobacco farm. They put a label on me, and I found out that the word was Smith. And the forge, once loved by me, never wanted to leave, became my prison. They made me forge the change of enslavement. Irony. I was helping to bring more of my people over, but I couldn't do anything. That's my beginning.
Bakumba, before we get into your love, you have an advocate here. This is very unusual, you know. Very, very unusual. In fact, I don't think I've seen it before. They asked to speak on your behalf. We can't allow that, but we can allow them to speak to you. Before you see this cloud, a smoky, dark cloud. It starts to take the form of a man, very large. And it speaks to you. And you recognize the voice. It's your God.
Bakumba, stand strong. Stand strong, my son. I will advocate for you. I will do what I can. Just know you have made me proud.
The facilitator steps back out. Okay. We've had enough of this drama. I'm glad that you've had your reacquaintance with your God. Bakumba, you left one thing out. Who did you love? Who was it that kept you warm on those cold, lonely nights? Was it one person? Was it more than one person? Who was it, Bakumba?
To be a pit fighter meant you got certain benefits. They would bring women to me to lay with, to quell my rage. But the one, she had always smelled like jasmine. Her tongue dripped with kind words. She saw me. Her name was Jessica.
Jessica. Tell me about Jessica.
It was a forbidden love. I don't know how much it was love and how much it was just lust. She was the master's middle daughter.
Oh, my. You naughty thing.
Life is complicated, but we make our best of it. It was secret. She would sneak out in the middle of the night, on moonless nights. She would come to me and we would lay together. She made me feel special. She made me feel like everything would be okay, but I knew it wouldn't. Eventually, all things turned to dust.
Well, and you know, Bakumba, she would wake up in the mansion and you know, not so much. There was a night, though. Was it a fire? Am I remembering that correctly?
Yes, there was a kitchen fire. The kitchen for the slaves that cooked for the big house. It was never attached. They didn't want any chance of the slaves slitting their throats while they ate. So they had a kitchen outside and they would bring the food in. One night, it caught fire. And and all the inhabitants of the plantation. They ran with their buckets of water, screaming. And I and a few other of us out in the fields took our chance. I found my hiding place. Things I have gathered. My little satchel of bits and pieces of silver. I took my hammer. Ogun is still in me. And I ran into the night. And inside that bag was a locket that Jessica had secretly given to me. I grabbed it, put it in my hand, knowing that I would never see her again. I ran into the night. We ran together. We ran until our feet couldn't carry us anymore. Our legs burned. We could not catch our breath. We ran for seemed like hours. Then we heard them. The dogs, the hounds. They discovered that we had ran away. Oh, this was bad. Very bad. I ran into the swamps, hoping that the water would hide my scents. And then I saw the house. Small candle lit in the window. I had to take my chance. I hid inside. The dogs, the voices, the screaming, the lanterns of the posse, the slave hunters, the retrievers of lost product were on my heels. The door opened, I ran in, and I hid. I could hear the dogs. I can hear their voices. I can hear the night creatures, the frogs, the crickets, the owls. But then they all went silent. Then I heard the screaming, the whimper of the dogs, then silence, and then the sounds of the night reemerged. And I saw her. She stood before me, a tall, statuesque woman, bathed in blood. I scrambled back into the corner, waiting my fate. But she spoke to me. She said, "I've been watching you, Bakumba. I've been watching you. You have potential. Stay with me, and I will teach you the world." Her voice was like honey. Her eyes were so dark. Even her covered in blood, she still looked ravishing. I've never seen anything like that. Her voice, her accent was not from anything I knew, anything I've heard. It wasn't British. It wasn't. No. But I decided to stay. Her name was Sylvia Bonaventure.
Sylvia. So I assume you probably lost the locket that Jessica gave you.
Yes. It fell into the swamp when I tripped and fell. It slipped out my hand.
Slipped out your hand, yeah. Oh, you sly devil. So tell me about Sylvia.
Sylvia. Her skin was olive, her hair was raven black. The blackest. Jet black. Like the night sky with no moon. She said she was from the old country. I had no idea what that meant. She said if I stayed with her and forged beautiful things for her, that she would teach me to read. She would teach me languages.
And she did, didn't she?
Oh, yes. We started off with Latin. She said it's the root of all languages. And I was like, how? How is this dead language the root of all language? She said, just stay with me and I'll teach you. I learned Latin, then French, then Italian. She taught me English. She taught me German. I read. The world opened up to me as I read more and more. I read the Ethiopian Bible, the Bible before Constantine changed it. I learned that the Bible that they gave us as slaves was tainted, always teaching us to obey the master, never the book of Exodus, never freedom, always be a slave. That's what I learned.
So as time went on, my darling, you two grew pretty close, am I right?
Yes. In a strange way, I don't know if she couldn't find love. I don't know if it was loneliness that brought us together. But she saw me as a person. Never felt that before. Even with Jessica. Sometimes I just felt like a plaything to her. Something to pass the night when her urges wanted it. I would take her. Because why not? It's the only pleasure on this plantation. But Sylvia was different. She knew so much. Her power radiated from her. She taught me the world is bigger than what you can see. Gorgeous. Yes, we fell in love.
So tell me, Bakumba. Tell me about the turning.
The turning, every night she would rise up as the sun set. She would go on her hunt. She'd come back, satiated. I wanted that power. I wanted to be unafraid of the slave catchers, of any man who tried to enslave me. I wanted that power. And she finally offered it to me. And I agreed. She explained everything that would happen. The immortality, the power of the night. I wanted it. I wanted vengeance for everything that happened to my people and everything that is happening to my people. I wanted it all.
But tell me, Bakumba, did she describe this lovely scene to you? No, she didn't. She didn't know about it, did she?
Oh, you are a sly and cunning one. Your tongue is forked.
Oh, this is where all abominations end up at one point or another. But tell me, Bakumba, oh love, when the hunger came howling, who did you feed to the flame first? Who did your fangs choose before your conscience could protest? Did they scream your name? Or did they bless it as they died? And when the blood hit your tongue, was it rapture? Or was it ruin? Who was your first?
After the turning, I slept for 3 days. I arose at nightfall. The hunger, the desire for blood was strong. Sylvia said, "We hunt tonight. Where would you like your first kill to be?" Only thing that popped into my mind was the plantation. Jacob Buchanan, the plantation owner. My father always said, if you look into a man's eyes, you can tell by the glimmer in it what kind of person he was. He had no glimmer. He was evil. Took his rage out on the slaves, put trees on their back, strapped them. I have wounds on my back that'll never heal, even with the turning. She taught me. She guided me like a young lioness, teaching her cub how to hunt. Followed her. We ran into the night, through the swamp, through the open roads, through the trees, until we got to the plantation. You could smell, when you're tired, you can smell the blood. You can hear the heartbeats. You can see the blood coursing through their veins. There I stood at his bedroom door. No. He slept next to his wife. I leaped like a feral beast. And I said, Mr. Buchanan, you are no longer my master. And I stuck my teeth into his neck while his wife screamed. Sylvia fell on her. I made his agony last as long as I could. But his blood, some say that first taste is the taste that you always chase. That's what I wanted. It wasn't ruin, it was rapture.
But Bakumba, something happened that night. Oh, someone. I think it was someone who loves you. Oh, they discovered you for who you are. And they volunteered to help. Oh, how quaint. Who dared stand beside the monster and whisper, I still see the man? And what did they give you, darling? A trinket? A tool? A tether to the life you left gasping on the floor? Who was it, Bakumba?
You know it was Jessica.
I know. Tell me, Bakumba, when Jessica met Sylvia, how did that go? That had to be a little bit uncomfortable, I would think.
It was a bit uncomfortable, but in my world, in my tribe, men have many wives, many women, as long as you can take care of them.
Did you leave Jessica alive? Oh, you are such a bad one.
I wanted her to feel my pain, to feel my lust for her. And I wasn't turning her. I would never turn her. I wanted her to rest in peace.
Oh, that is so magnanimous of you. So you murdered her father and her mother and her.
We murdered the whole house.
Oh, that is the first buffet of your new life. Where did you go afterwards?
Ran the woods, the forest, like proud lions after a kill. We went back to the mansion and we laid with each other. Engorged in blood, frenzied, we made passionate love to the first lights. And then we hid in the basement like we always do. I must tell you, facilitator, I do miss the sunlight. I do miss the sunlight.
Oh, I bet you do. But you and Sylvia were not careful that night. No. Oh, so scandalous. You were exposed, unmasked, and chased like a beast later through the swamps and through the shadows. Someone saw you for who you were. Where did you run, my little terror, and who followed? Was it a lover? Was it a pawn? Was it prey? Who chased you from your home?
It was prey. It was the slave hunters. We were sloppy that night, caught up in the rapture of blood. His name was Solomon, and he was a master of catching runaway slaves. I don't know why I ran from him. I guess to protect Sylvia. But I ran to keep her safe.
Was she safe?
Yes, she was safe. She was powerful. But I didn't want people coming to her home. So I ran.
You had to leave. You had to leave, didn't you?
I had to leave.
Where did you go?
I traveled at night. Just traveling, following the drinking gourd, what you call the Big Dipper. Heading north. Finding shacks to hide in, caves. Drinking the blood of those who camped at night. I fed. I became that night terror. I marked my territory in blood. Sometimes I would get belligerent and leave their bodies hanging in trees with the Latin word for justice carved in their chest.
You were a wild one.
Always. Yes. Without Sylvia to harness to my anger and rage, I was feral. Wild animal. But I kept what I took. Satchels of gold. This new paper money that they had. I kept it all. Amassing it. Hiding it. Till I was able to find my own place. To become my den.
So tell me, Bakumba. Oh, the sweet isolation. It became your companion. It became your sculpture, your silent confessional. You disappeared. Far from the torches, far from the titles, but it changed you. So tell us, Bakumba, what did you become in this exile? Did your hands soften? Did your voice fall silent? Did your fangs dull? Or did they grow longer in waiting? What did you become? Did you become the monster?
I became the Night Stalker, the protector of the Underground Railroad. I became the stories told at the campfire. I became what you would say a monster. I became a protector. Ogun was in me.
We would still call you an abomination. I mean, technically.
Some may call you an abomination for bringing up old things.
Oh, you don't know who I am, but that's okay.
Some may call you a stirrer of trouble.
I like that. I like that a lot. So, Bakumba, blood bears gifts, doesn't it? some beautiful, most grotesque, tell me what part of your mistress' curse now flowers in your flesh. How are you a walking homage to the one who made you? Perhaps to the one who broke you. What mark did you bear?
Her smell never leaves my nose. Wherever I go, I smell her. I miss her. I've always wondered what happened to her, but I know I couldn't go back to her. The curse that she left me with is loneliness, the curse of solitude, because we are creatures of the night. And some creatures are meant to spend all eternity alone. Very few people understand. Very few people will understand me, my drives, the need for blood, the need for vengeance.
So tell me, Bakumba, have you ever noticed what's behind your left ear? It's the mark. I bet you never noticed that before, did you?
I never noticed that. It's a mark.
It's the mark. It's the mark that Sylvia left you. That's interesting that you didn't recognize that. Because, others like you, they look for marks. That's how they tell whether you're immortal or not. But hey, we'll get to that later. So you're walking around, you're protecting the Underground Railroad, you're trying to make things right, I think, in your mind. And just like that, a throat is slit. A heart is broken. What love did you kill, darling? Who touched the truth? Who recognized you for who you were and paid with their life? Was it mercy that you killed them? Did you panic? Or was it the hunger?
It's always the hunger. It's always the hunger. The hunger is what drives me. Hunger and vengeance. It was a young boy. He was a scout. He always knew where the slave catchers would hide. But he came too close to my hiding spot. I had to protect what's mine. They couldn't know I was here. Didn't want to, but I had to. He was no older than I was when I was first captured. I sank my teeth into his neck, draining his life. His potential, all his dreams. I buried him that night. Wouldn't let the body just sit out there and rot. I buried him that night.
There it is. Oh, my radiant witnesses, this was the first fire, the first fall. From Ghana's red soil to Jamestown's chains, from the forge's glow to the pit's roar. Oh, you saw how far he crawled before freedom dared whisper his name. You felt how beautifully he broke, hammer in hand, spirit blistered, mercy dying beneath another man's boot. You watched his son become a smith of his own damnation, a craftsman, a lover, a weapon, reforged in blood and fury, shaping vengeance like steel while the world trembles at every strike. Do you hear it too, my darlings? The echo of his hammer, the rhythm of liberation pounding through the dark. This, my dear audience, is only the end of the beginning. The breath before the hunt, the pause before the predator wakes. Let the ash settle. The forge cools for now. But remember, Bakumba will rise again. And when he does, the night itself will kneel to listen. The mortal who breathed life into our mighty night beast is Troy C. Banks. Darling, he's a delectable contradiction. A father, a widower, a professional chef, and a lousy golfer. After a long hiatus, he returned to the gaming table, dice in one hand, chef's knife in the other. If you wish to summon him, look no further than at Chef Troy B_culinarian on Instagram. The link will be posted in the description below. Troy is also available as a personal chef who will serve you experiences, not just meals. His reward, an empty plate. Oh, and perhaps your soul if you linger too long. As always, thank you for stepping into the void with us. If this table left you breathless, leave a review, whisper it to a friend, or simply sit in the hush. But remember, darlings, this is only the first strike of the hammer. The forge still smolders. The chains have not yet cooled. Bakumba will rise again, hotter, harder, and his purpose tempered in flame, his justice quenched in blood and shadow, until judgment stills the hammer. Until then, the book hums with heat, the quill smokes restless for more, and you, my beloved witnesses, would do well to keep your torches lit.